Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Subrata Sarkar. I'm a mechanical engineer working in manufacturing industry more than 22 years. Today we'll be discussing very important topic, that is a Kaizen. Now, for existence, change is very much needed. It's very important in all segment of life, in professional life, personal life, social life, so obviously in organizational perspectives. So today we'll be discussing is typically organizational perspective, change management kind of thing, that is a Kaizen. So Kaizen is basically a Japanese concept, and it came around say 1980 as a practice in Japan, and then other automotive industries of different countries taking this concept, and nowadays in industry basically everybody is practicing this Kaizen. So what is the meaning of the Kaizen actually? Kaizen, there is a Japanese words K-A-I, Kai. Kai means change, and Zen, Zen means good. So Kaizen means change for good. It's not that for the sake of change you are changing something that is bad actually. So change has to be there, change is needed, but change for the positive things or the good things, that is actually Kaizen. So basically it is a continuous improvement kind of things actually, Kaizen. Now, sorry, under Kaizen there are a lot of things in industry, say TPM, total productive maintenance, SMAD, single minute exchange of dies, or there is a quick changeover things, quality tool like 7QC tools, Poka Yoka like foolproof arrangement in your process, so your process control. So 5 is practicing SOP, standard operator procedures, the visual factories, the 8 ways. So all these things are comes under the Kaizen actually. This is which normally you can say is a Kaizen frame. Now there are 5 principles, basic principles when you are talking about the Kaizen. Number 1 is there we need to understand from our inside that there is always a chance for scope of improvement in your existing process. It is not that what you are doing today that is the best. There is always a better, scope or better, procedure, better concept. So we need to understand very much from the inside. Then only we can work for Kaizen. Now the confident for offering this suggestion. For changing suggestion, something is came in your mind, and without analyzing, and you were giving some suggestion, and finally the suggestion is rejected. That shouldn't be the approach of the Kaizen. We need to offer a suggestion very, very confidently after internal deliberation and analyzing actually. Now everyone's opinion or the suggestion is very, very important. It is not that maybe for designing a product a worker can give a suggestion. It is not that for the designing something how a worker can give a suggestion, some engineer should give a suggestion. This shouldn't be like that. Maybe in a good Kaizen for a marketing department, quality assurance department, the operation can give that suggestion. So we should be very, very open that everybody's opinion is valued and to be evaluated. That's very important, and strong personal discipline is very important when we were talking about the Kaizen, and teamwork in a quality circle is must for doing this Kaizen. So this is the 5 things actually which are very much important. And obviously, as I say, the Kaizen is a continuous process. It's not that something you have done today then it may stops. Because always there is a better things can happen. So it is a continuous process which you need to nourish and enhance continuously. So there are steps actually. So how the Kaizen is prepared, Kaizen how implement in your organization. Actually there are a process flow actually. So in a simple way, if we so that is a define the problem. What is the problem actually? That needs to be defined very clearly, from organization perspective. Number 2 is document the current situation. What you are doing today, what you are practicing today, you make a documentation for the same. Number 3 is visualize the ideal situation. That's very important. Something which is not feasible and you are suggesting something, then it will be in suggestion only, it will never be implemented. So it should be it should be very much realistic and define the now when your suggestions is accepted. So how this define measurement target. So you are giving some suggestion how these improvements can be measured is very very important actually. Then you should brainstorm this solution which is suggested for the problems, and then develop when this a Kaizen plan, so the master plan for the Kaizen, then implementation of the plan. And once the plan is implemented, then you measure the records and compare with the result which were, we set a target that this is the target for implementing the Kaizen. Now you recheck whether this target we are meeting, we are able to reach it. If not even, doesn't matter, we can revise the plan and we can reach to the target and prepare a summary document actually. So basically Kaizen is a teamwork, or in ISO's language it is a multifunctional MDT's work or cross-functional as I say. And there are success factor, right? It's not that in many organizations they have started Kaizen and they are not successful in Kaizen. There are many organizations they have started practicing Kaizen and they are improving like anything. One of my previous organizations, they are very much serious. They are very much passionate about Kaizen, and they achieve the damning award. So it depends on there are a lot of critical factors. Number one, if you say business issue is very important. And number two is the focused approach for the top management is very, very important for successful implementation of the Kaizen. Your team, the knowledge of the people is very, very important. Number four, the leader and the deciding authority, who are the deciding authority for implementing the Kaizen is very, very important. So once you will able to implement the Kaizen, some of the important advantages of the Kaizen, so the customer satisfaction will improve. Process center, people will be process center, and they create the teamwork, the cross-functional cohesiveness will increase, and increasing the employees' morale will be increased. There's a reduced error will be, reduce this full implementation of Hoka, etc., and promotes the openness of the people. Instead of creating fearness of the people will come up with open suggestions and acknowledge the problems openly. So benefits will be impart the people or the employee of your organization will be impart through this right practice in the Kaizen, promote the personal growth of the employee and also the growth of the company, and improve the quality, safety, cost, and deliverability for the organization, and it provides a guidance for the employee and serves as is a customer for the leadership things actually. So Kaizen effects is maybe small things actually that needs to be taken actually, and then one day these small micro changes will give a bigger result actually. That is the essence of the Kaizen. Thank you very much for your attention and time.